Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. Smash the like button to keep that S going. In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn a loop into a full beat, and I'm going to show you how to arrange it as well. So here's a loop I made on the Koala app. It was like a $4 app on my iPhone, but I make the dopest loops on there. And it's just me like playing around, snapping my fingers, breathing into the phone. But it comes out super dynamic. Okay, so the BPM was 97.4, very specific. First thing I'm going to do is make sure the tempo's right and then hit Control B to latch paste. You have to make sure that your bars are cut perfectly at the bar before you latch paste. Let's paste out about 16 bars. So in the first part of the song, I don't need the snaps. Okay, so the snaps indicate that the beat has started. Now let's mute the bass. I think that's my little boy breathing in the phone. And the question is, does the track have a vibe just from that? I think we need the boom part, okay? But we could filter that or do something cool to it. But usually the bass drops at the beginning of the verse. So we're gonna have an intro for 4 bars, which gives us, now up here you can right click and switch this to minute, second, centisecond mode. And already we've wasted 10 seconds of intro. So you don't wanna keep wasting time in the beginning unless it's like, you know, a post-production type thing. Okay, so now let's start adding instruments to fit this vibe. I think a keyboard would fit this vibe. I think I have Roland Xenology. This is a really good plugin. I meant to mention it in my plugin video and I forgot. But Xenology has a lot of, probably the cleanest sounds in a plugin next to Omnisphere. So there's so many sounds, I think that's the problem. Let's go to ePiano and we're gonna work with one of these. Okay, so now we get it. Boom, boom, boom. What note is that? So let's pull up Scalar and figure out what key we may or may not be in. Then also is it 440 hertz tuning? Boom. It goes boom. It goes going down. Boom. Boom. So it sounds like C sharp. Sounds like C sharp and B flat. But the problem is it doesn't sound like 440 hertz tuning. I know we're getting like in the nitty gritty here, but if you're trying to produce a record from an idea, you have to know how to do this. You have to know how to take blandness and turn it into stuff that sounds cool. So now I'm going to run a tone. Let's lower this couple octaves. And I'm going to use this. Oh, I forgot I'm in a specific key. Okay, let's right click. Okay, so I'm mapping it against the 3X OSC and it sounds flat. So I'm gonna pitch this up, change your pitch range to 1. And now it sounds more. Okay, so whatever that tuning is plus 42 cents. Okay, so even if you don't know the exact 440 hertz or whatever the thing is, you could pitch everything up 42 cents. I'm reading that value in the top left. Very important before you even get into the scale, before you get into the key, before you get into sound selection, you have to know the tuning of your instrument because your voice is not tuned the same way as everything. So let's see, 42 cents. Let's just pitch it up to 450, see if we get closer. Closer. So 450 is my more natural voice. So now let's start adding some chords in here. We need to figure out what key we're in. I know that was a lot of work, but this is, again, production. This is what separates producers from people who just, you know, aren't producing other artists. Okay, so D is in this key. Okay, so we don't have any B. Okay, so I believe we're in, what is this? D minor, whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. So we're in D natural minor. That's our scale. Now, Scalar 2, the only thing is when you load up Scalar 2 and try to figure out the key, they don't have a tuning option, which kind of ruins like tuning because you kind of need the tuning option to know. Long story short, we're in D natural minor. So we're going to use these notes to map out a chord progression. Okay, so the chord progression is what type of vibe are you going for? There's different vibes. So you get different vibes based on different starting points within a scale. I'm not going to bore you to tears. Let's just start at the 1, which is D minor. Let's play a 9th chord. I like 9th chords. Okay, so I'm going to go by ear here instead of less technical, like 1 4 5 1. But you could do 1 4 5 1. So it's 1 2 3 4 would be the G. I don't have time to really explain all the music theory here. Okay, so you're gonna have to just, if you're copying, you're just gonna have to copy and paste. So it's G minor because we have G. B is flat. So that's 4, and then 5 would be our A, C, E, and that's minor. These are all minor chords. Minor ninth, minor 7th, and then minor 7th. So whenever you have melody, record it before you forget. I forgot I have this way up. Hold up. Lower this down. So now I'm going to get my Pharrell, put my Pharrell hat on, and play the chords as we are listening back. Because that, wait, 1 2 3. How do we have 3 bars? Hold on. Okay, so we're going to let that last one ride out a bar. Okay, we're going to copy this. So now I'm going to record my vocal idea. I forgot what I even said already. I'm talking too much. Let's record audio into playlist. Oh, now I'm out of key. Why does it start? Oh my gosh. We're going to get this corrected. Okay, so I'm just kind of like freestyling it. But you got to get these ideas out. The reason the loop sounds good is because the notes are truncated, meaning that they're not like boom, 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 like one shots. It's a truncated sound. So it's boom, 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 boom. Like there's different lengths of me doing that sound. Okay, so now we need drums to fit this vibe. So let me record the beatbox. Okay, so notice if I would have did trap drums, it would have been boom, clap, 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 clap. And it's not how our brain. I think the problem we have as producers, we're not actually translating what our brain is thinking. So I hear meaning like a bongo sound. Listen, now we got to find the sound. So if you want sound selection, Lunch 77 compiled a lot of drum kits. Go to our Discord. It's discord.gg/busyworksbeats. There's a Neptunes kit in here somewhere. Where's it at? Neptunes. Here we go. Let's see if we can find some bongos. That would be a cool. So now I'm just finding sounds that match my recorded. We could use this, but pitch it down. So notice the difference here when I play truncated versus. Okay, so here's truncated. And then here's not truncated. It goes dum 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 dum, but that takes away from the vibe. So what we're gonna do is go to the envelope volume tab, turn off everything except the hold parameter. And and then turn off loop points because you don't want your sound to loop. Now I'm just going to record this with my typing keyboard. Click here to record. Notes and automation. So it's boom. So you gotta listen to your brain. Your brain is telling you what to do. It's just we don't listen to our brain. So now I gotta find a boom type of sound. So that's probably an 808. Boom. Another kind of talent you have to have as a producer is to hear a sound but know where it could go. So even though my ear's hearing doom, the sample's going boom. So the question is, can I get it to sound like doom or whatever it was? Boom. And I can. Okay, so let's record this. Doom. And then at some point I go doom. I accidentally hit doom doom. Okay, so we're just gonna take out the double hit, even though it doesn't take away from the vibe. Now for the bass, I'm going to hit Alt Q or Control Q to quantize. Let me make sure this is recording because one time I recorded for like 30 minutes and then it just crashed on me. Like right here, we don't need the doom doom. I'm just going to lower the velocity. So it's like a subtle note. So it goes, I missed that part. So let me. Okay, so this be A sharp. Okay, so I missed that part. So that's the importance of beatboxing. So let's just hear it with just what we have so far, no audio, and then let's do the hook. Now remember, this is where we started, just for those who may have skipped ahead. This is where we started. A simple idea from the iPhone. Let's start adding in some tracks. Now what I'm going to start doing, because I don't want to smash my limiter, we're going to add a soft clipper, only because I don't want my sound clipping into the limiter. Okay, so I have the limiter on just for the video. Okay, so those are all the parts we need. The bass, the percussion, that's it. The beat is done. Now we just have to arrange it. So we're going to go from the intro. We're probably going to introduce the chords in the intro. Turn the limiter up. So the question is, do we leave that in as per usual, or what do we? Now I like it because it blends in. What you could do is use a bandpass, but I like it. I like the sound. so it doesn't distract. So you could do the Timbaland thing. Okay, and then you can widen out the sound. I don't want to overly process it because it's not, the sound isn't getting in the way. Okay, so now it's about leveling. Okay, so now let's move into the verse at this point. So the difference is that you're not going to have the hook. And then we're going to double up the verse. But something has to change. So let's take out the snaps. 1, 2, 3, 4 snapless. Okay, some kind of change up. Bring the snaps back in and then back to the hook. Okay, now bring in the hook. Pretty simple arrangement, nothing crazy. And then we're going to do like a change up here. So now we need to do a change up section. So far we have the intro, we have the hook for, let's just count out the bars. We have the intro for 4 bars. I'll give you the project files actually, now I'm thinking about it. So go to busyworksbeats.com/music theory to get the project files. So this is the intro for 4 bars. Let me put the length. Intro for 4 bars. Then we have, I think I could do Alt-T, yeah. Then we have the hook, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 bars. Okay, that's the hook for 8 bars. And then we have our verse with 16 bars. Okay, so the verse starts here. And then that's 8 and then 8. So the 16, we have like a verse dropout. I'm just going to mark it as a dropout. Drop some sounds. It's not like a section though. Okay, and then the end of the verse, then back to the hook, which is 8 bars. So we have intro 4 bars, hook 8 bars, verse 16 bars, and then the 8 bar hook. And then let's see where we're at time wise. We're at 1 minute and 30 seconds. So usually songs are around 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So we're literally just going to copy the verse. Can I select multiple? Let me see. Okay, so we're going to highlight from the verse all the way to the hook and copy and paste this over. We're literally going to repeat the same thing. Okay, so after that verse, we have verse 2. And again, if you want these project files, just go to busyworksbeats.com/music theory to get these for free. So verse 2 is 16 bars. Now this one, you can get a little experimental. Okay, so that's why I said you could drop out the beginning, but we'll get to that in a second. Drop sounds, and then we're going to move into the hook at the end. Now at the end, you could have 2 hooks. So this is hook A, 8 bars, and then you could do a hook B if you want to extend the song out just a little bit more. Now the second hook usually has something changed about it. Okay, so whether it's like a sound dropout or, okay, so it's 8 bars here. Okay, and then it usually fades from here. So now we're at 2 minutes and 50 seconds, which is pretty long. So 2 minutes and 30 seconds would be just the one hook and then out. Okay, with the second hook, extends it all the way to 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So this is an optional last hook right there. So that's how you arrange a beat from a loop all the way to a beat. Now I'm going to do one thing before we wrap this, which is make a change up right about here. So what I'm going to do here is change up the music, okay, the actual musicality. And what we're going to do is get a little more jazzy. So I'm going to move quicker here because I don't have time to explain everything. We're in the D natural minor scale. So we're going to do a 2-5-1 chord progression here. So let's start at E. And remember, it's all the white notes except for B. We have B flat. So this would make this a diminished 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's map out the scale, just a triple reference. Okay, D natural minor. So I have to explain how to create chords. Basically, to create chords from a scale, you take the scale degree, which is the note of a scale, and then you skip every other note in that scale. So E, skip F, go to G. Now 2-5-1 is for a major scale. Okay, so if we're doing 2-5-1, this isn't a minor chord to begin with. So I'm going to make it a minor chord by just raising this up. I know it's a little convoluted, but basically you would skip every other note in the scale. Okay. Then add D, it's the 7th. Then add F, that's a 9th chord. Whoops. That E sounded dope. I like E more than F. Okay, so now what I need to do is go to the 5th of the scale. Now, usually it's a major 5th. So this is 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Now this would be a minor 5th. Okay, so we're gonna make it a major 5th, which is A, C sharp, E. And I know I'm going outside of the scale, but it's to create a different vibe. Okay, so A, what we're using right now are called parallel scales. So you could use the D major scale if you wanted to make it a little bit easier. I probably should have just did that from the jump. I'm getting a little convoluted because this is kind of advanced music theory. So we're in a parallel scale called the D major scale. Okay, so this is where I'm taking these scale degrees from. I'm trying not to bore you to tears with all this jargon, okay? But we're taking the E here, skipping F sharp, go to G, skip A, go to B, skip C sharp, go to D. That's where I'm taking that first chord from. Now the 5th is going to be the 5th of this specific scale, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, which is A, skip B, go to C sharp, skip D, go to E, skip F sharp, go to G. That's where we get that dominant 7th from, okay, with the diminished chord up top. And then I'm going to skip A, go to B, making that a 9th. Okay, so I know that was a lot of music theory and ease, but I have a new course called Music Theory Magic. So you can sign up for when we drop it. It's called busyworksbeats.com/music theory. I'm about to drop the course pretty soon. So we're going outside the scale on purpose and then back down to the parallel tonic, which is D minor. I know that was a lot, but. Okay, so we're going outside of the scale on purpose. Now what we're going to do is a tritone substitution. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're changing up the vibe here. Now, I'm not going to bore you to tears, but what we could do is alter this chord. I like raising the 5th and the 9th. And what I'm going to do is I want that F sharp up top. So I'm going to figure out a way where we can incorporate that. So I'm going to copy this. So I'm going to slide from F sharp to G so that we have both major and minor. I'm getting a little advanced, so bear with me. Okay, now at the end, I'm going to change that to F sharp. Now here we have to take out this diminished chord. So let's raise the C. Okay, so that was a lot, but that's what it takes to kind of change up the vibe. Now everything's playing at highest velocity. There's a tool in FL called the FL Scripts. It's called the Humanize tool. Let's use this tool. Hit Alt X to lower the velocity. So just makes the notes feel more natural. Now they have a more human feel to it. Any overlapping notes, hit Alt L to make them not overlap. So now you can revoice this chord. That sounds cooler. Yeah, that sounds sounds much cooler. Now you might have to change out your bass too, because now our bass notes are different. Let's pull this bass up an octave. That was the wrong thing. So let's make this unique. See how much work goes into that. My ear wants to hear this. Also, this sounds a little sharp to me. There we go. Okay, let's pull this up more. So notice I'm changing this. Okay, so now we can pull it down an octave. So we're changing up that vibe. So here's where you can also add more effects. So maybe add like a tape delay. I'm not going to get into full production here because that'll take too much time. So I'm just going to automate this just to show you how far you can take it. So now I'm automating the boom and I'm adding some delay only to this change up section here. We're going to turn it off for the majority of this song and then only have it pop up during this little change up. Okay, so we're locking it down. Okay, let's play it all the way through. I'm just gonna play it once. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my mic. All right, so pretty simple, but that's how you turn a loop into a full beat in a full arrangement. I will give you the project files for free with the time markers up top. Just go to busyworksbeats.com/music theory. Peace out, guys.